New Jersey will soon have its first female Democratic governor. Mikie Sherrill will be sworn in this morning. Many campaign promises were made, from affordability to taking a stand against the Trump administration. So the big question is, can Sherrill deliver? Joining me now to break down all of it is political analyst J.C. Polanco. So good to see you.
So good to see you. Good morning.
So let's talk about affordability first. One of her biggest driving points was vowing to freeze utility prices. Critics argue this is almost impossible, as she could face a long legal battle and maybe get nowhere. So is this really attainable?
New Jersey voters want to see action, and they want to see the next governor try. There's talk that she's going to declare a state emergency to try to do everything possible to reduce some of these costs that are strangling New Jersey residents. But New Jersey voters are going to appreciate the fight, even though she was going to have to deal with hurdle after hurdle of trying to cap some of these costs. They want to see her fight, and New Jersey residents need it now more than ever, because it's not just energy costs, it's property taxes and a multi-billion-dollar shortfall in the state budget. So Governor Sherrill is going to have a lot of work to do this year.
A new Rutgers-Eagleton poll shows she'll enter office with a 40% approval rating from New Jerseyans, 22% unfavorable, 32% with no opinion. Could the fact that many people are still undecided about Sherrill maybe work in her favor?
It will, because a lot of those voters, and you got to remember that the second largest voting bloc in New Jersey are non-registered party folks, so independent voters. So these people may have the opportunity to see a Governor Sherrill come in and see her work hard, see her be the moderate Democrat that she is. You know, she has an incredible pedigree. If you take a look at Governor Sherrill, from being a former Navy pilot, former U.S. attorney, congresswoman, she has a pedigree of going national. A lot of folks are looking at Governor Sherrill as the future vice presidential candidate for the Democrats. So she has a great opportunity this year to connect with her own voters that may not have an opinion of her by seeing her fight to cap some of these energy costs and to keep property taxes down. They have an opportunity to make their minds up. And the more popular she is in New Jersey, the better her base to go national. So a lot of us are focusing on her first 100 days.
Sherrill has said numerous times that she will stand up against the Trump administration on tariffs and immigration rights as incoming governor. Should she try to play nice with the president, and could her harsh rhetoric have any implications for the state? I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, we saw what happened with now Mayor Mamdani when he goes down to Washington and makes nice with the president. Making nice with this president is important, especially when New Jersey needs billions of dollars of federal funding because of the major shortfalls in budget 2026. So I would encourage her, stand up for New Jersey, stand up against some of the bad stuff with ICE, understand that ICE is playing an important role. Sure, some of the Democrats in New Jersey want to see a good fight, but fight when necessary and work with the White House when necessary, because you have a major shortfall and you need the president on your side. And remember that New Jersey voters are overwhelmingly independent. This is the first time in over 50 years that Democrats have controlled Trenton in back-to-back administrations. So that means that New Jersey has a moderate centrist voter, and they're going to want to see her work with this White House.
J.C. Polanco, political analyst, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today. We really appreciate it.